It was early, too early. I had just landed in Munich, Germany at 7 a.m., jet lagged, completely alone, and to make matters worse, I was feeling quite feverish. I was visiting Munich for the globally famous Oktoberfest, yet I didn't have an ounce of excitement. I was sick to my stomach, and no one would meet me for almost 10 hours, and I had nowhere to put my luggage. It was just me in a foreign city I had never set foot in before. I had no plan, no guide, just a heavy backpack and a bad attitude. I did the only thing I could think to do. I started walking. At first, it was just aimless wandering, one foot in front of the other. But something inside of me shifted. A sense of curiosity overwhelmed me, guiding me through old, narrow, cobbled streets, across stone bridges, into quiet courtyards, and parks bursting with green trees. I started my day by stumbling into a small cafe, modest, local, with wooden tables, and not a lick of English to be heard. I ordered a coffee. I barely had the energy to finish. And yet, I sat there, away from my phone, just listening and watching. The day unfolded slowly, as days seem to do when you have no particular guidance or natural plan. One moment in the late morning still lingers extremely vividly. I found myself in a park, still tired, still unsure of where I was going, but the sun had come out and a breeze stirred the trees around me. I remember seeing children playing nearby and a man smoking a cigarette on a nearby bench. As I did in the cafe, I sat down, just sat. No phone, no agenda, just observing a totally new world moving around me. And for the first time that day, I stopped trying to figure everything out. I simply existed. That day, particularly that moment of being in that park, taught me something fundamental: how to rely on myself. No one else was there to suggest what to do or where to go. I had to trust my instincts, decide how to rest, what to see, and what to eat. Oh, what to eat. That meal, my first real meal in Germany besides my short stint in that cafe, is definitely etched into my memory. I'd wandered into a traditional German local food joint. Wood paneled walls, stained glass windows, the low murmur of German conversation surrounding me. The air was thick with the smell of roasted meats and buttery potatoes. I sat down and ordered the only thing I could recognize on the menu: a schnitzel and some beer to wash it down. I had never had the courage to sit down and eat alone back home in the United States. But eating alone gave me time to truly immerse myself into this restaurant and with the food I was eating. Not just the food, but the culture embedded in it. There was no rush, no conversation to fill the silence, just me, my plate, and the hum of life happening all around me. In that quiet act of nourishment, I felt deeply connected to the world, to Munich, to the people, and to myself. Being alone didn't isolate me, it immersed me. I'd always carried this idea, maybe from something I'd read or just observed over time, that Germany wasn't especially welcoming towards tourists, especially American ones. I assumed we'd be seen as loud, intrusive, or out of place. But in that moment, when someone smiled at my broken German or helped me without hesitation, I saw how wrong that really was. Our kindness, our willingness to connect, didn't need perfect words. It turns out the assumptions I brought in with me were mine alone. What we shared went deeper than language. When reflecting on all of my abroad experiences, I feel as if this one encapsulates all of them the best. A moment of learning more about not only the world beyond what I'm used to, but such a large part of myself as I began to take on life independently. In the end, what began as a lonely, disoriented morning in a foreign city became one of the most grounding experiences of my life. I went to Munich for Oktoberfest expecting beer halls and celebrations, but what I found was far more personal. I found quiet moments that taught me how to slow down. I found confidence in unfamiliar streets, comfort in solitude, and a surprising sense of belonging in a place I had never been. Travel like this didn't just show me the world, it held up to a mirror to parts of myself I hadn't met yet. And sometimes all it takes to get there is a walk with no direction.